G'day, welcome to the MacPack podcast.
We're back.
My name's Jamie Kenner, and to my left this week in order of the most allergic member of the panel, it's my little brother Joe. How are you, boy?
Jake, I'm feeling great. I just popped a Telfast and I'm hopefully ready to go for this episode.
Love it. And to my right, coming in at 6'1", as he does each and every week, it's the baby brother of the pack, who we call Junior Boy. Junior Boy, how are you?
I'm good. No sneezing, but I'm good.
That's good. It's good to hear. It's good to hear. Boys, we've got a massive episode here on the MacPack podcast.
As always.
We've had a few big weeks out on the road, so it's actually a little bit refreshing to be back.
Yes.
Back home, back in the stew.
We're not back for long. Well, I'm not back for long.
Oh my
We'll
God.
address that off the top. We're also chatting about levers and ATAR because it's that time of year.
Hell
It's
yeah.
the season.
We're bringing back a great game called Cost is Correct
Holy fuck.
after an 80-week hiatus, and we're talking about teen orgies.
Oh yeah.
Because why not? It's a massive bet, so let's get into it. Boys,
Brother Bingo.
How are we all? Are we all well?
Good.
Fantastic. And as you mentioned off the top, I got some light allergies.
You do. You always seem to have light allergies, whether
Sniffles
it's the
coming
middle of
through.
spring or if it's the depth of winter. But you are sniffling a little bit today.
Yes, I know. And I got to say, it's probably one of the funnest reasons to ever have light allergies.
It's the
We dropping it?
moustache. It's the moustache that he's growing on his face.
I get a
It's
lot of
producing pollen.
There are bees pollinating in my nostrils because of this giant moustache. No, the real reason is
We have a new member here of the MacPack.
We do.
We're incredibly excited to announce that we have a brand new canine
canine
companion
Oh my gosh.
in Poppy.
And where are they sitting right now, boys?
Poppy's actually under the desk, so obviously we record the episode at a desk. Poppy's decided that, you know, if you're going to be part of the pack and you can't sit on the panel, you might as well sit under the panel. And she has done exactly that. It's been fantastic. So Poppy's only been around for about 24 hours.
Yes, and she is a little puppy. I've never had a puppy before. We've always got our dogs a bit older.
We have.
12-week-old pup. How adorable.
She's an absolute gem. She doesn't bark as well. A lot of diehard listeners would have heard our predecessor canine companion, Budwise.
Yes, our boy.
Because you could hear him often, especially if we had a guest arrive or if
Oh,
he
yeah.
was just feeling a little bit antsy.
And he used to have a routine where he'd attack our guests, including Luke Jackson.
Yeah, he
Yes,
attacked
of
anyone
course.
and everyone. He didn't care about who you were.
Guard dog.
Yeah, but no, it's fantastic to have a
Puppy's a lot more chill.
brand new puppy pal.
And you know, people love dog photos. We'll be posting a bunch on the story until the novelty wears off.
And why do we call her Poppy Boys?
So it was Mom's idea. It's because we got her yesterday, which was Remembrance Day, the
Hell
11th
yes.
of November.
Yes.
And I think it really suits her. I was a bit like not 100% sold on the name,
Yep.
but once you meet her, it's like, yeah,
She's a
She's
this is
a
a
puppy.
puppy.
Yeah, she's a golden retriever mixed with a poodle as well. How exciting.
Very
you go.
exciting.
When I imagine in the future, I hope Poppy hangs about for quite some time.
Yeah.
I imagine, let's say Poppy hangs about for 10, 15 years.
Yep.
It's good
That'll make me 40.
stuff. Oof.
Yeah, shit.
I imagine there'll be kids in the picture.
Okay.
All right, yep.
Alright,
Speak for
player.
yourself. Yeah.
Who's really Poppy? Is it dad or is it the dog? That becomes the big
Oh,
question.
Yes, true.
There's a little bit of a chat that needs to be had there.
That's funny.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Real-time
Yeah,
feedback.
you don't think about like
Yeah.
how old you're gonna be. I'll be like 30 odd.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought when we
old
got
Poppy kicks the bucket.
yeah, that's when we got Poppy. I just thought about, you know, in like Rugrats where they have the all grown up episode and like Spike the dog is like way older. That's what I was thinking about, how in this, you know, one dog's lifetime it'll go through like, you know, its whole life, and for us it's only
Yeah,
like, it still is a long time, but yeah, it's like
that's a good point.
Increment.
Mind
no way,
you,
yeah.
awkward chat. If God forbid, in 15 years we're still doing the podcast,
Yeah,
and
I know.
we run this back, and Poppy's outlasted
Okay.
Dad, and it's never it was never an argument, never needed to be spoken about. Boys, it's
We'll play this at the funeral.
it's levers time, boys. So this is usually the time that Joe likes to really amp it up.
This is where the dogs come out to play.
It is indeed. So ATAR is going on for all the under 17s, under 18s. I don't know how it
Some of
works.
them are 18
anymore.
nowadays.
There you go. You're at the pub on Wednesday, and you're doing your uni exam or your
Yeah, go
waste
to
exam on Thursday.
the, yeah. Finish your exam, go to the CAS.
What a setup. Does take me back to some. I wasn't really stressed. I don't know if we mentioned this before.
No, me neither.
No.
Don't really get stressed about exams, mainly because fuck it, you just got to fluke that shit, man. There's not much you can do.
Yeah, and especially about stuff you don't care about, like your English exam where you're writing an essay on Jasper Jones. Like, Nah. Not
Yeah.
really that excited about it.
It's not
so
really
why
the
would I care
vibe.
that much?
Yeah.
What
I
about-
liked exams.
Yeah, Joe's a fucking nerd. If anyone's just joining us for the first time, Joe's a bit of an intellect when it comes to the three of us.
Joey on the prowl.
Yeah, I always liked exams more than assignments because like exam, you just study, and then you do it. Where and then it's done. Where like an assignment, you like finish it, but then you're like, yeah,
It could always be better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
I tend to agree with that because
Really?
also you don't have to study at all for exams. You can just rock up. And you know that the exam, if it's a 3-hour exam, the only time you need to put it in is 3 hours.
In my film course, I mean, if you put 3 hours into an exam only, you're gonna fail. In my film course, obviously we don't do any like rote learning. It's all
Yep.
just like practical, make
Yep.
a movie, basically. A few assignments here and there. But we had one concepts test last week.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Like basically an exam. Goes for an
But
hour.
what is concepts?
A test on all the concepts we've learned.
Okay, yeah. Super vague, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Anyway, but you know your boy. No need for lectures. No need for readings.
Oh, good.
No need for any of that fun stuff.
Good.
So we lined up, went upstairs with the gang into a classroom. Me and my two good friends, and we sat down in a class, all three of us. Got up. Well, one of the girls put up all the notes from every lecture ever.
This is the online test, yeah?
Cheeky sent that over. Cheeky sent that over to the boys. Cheeky put that in the other thing and Control F all the answers for the entire test.
Was it open book?
It's an open book and it's online. It was an open book, was it?
It was open book.
Oh.
I think they have to be open book if it's online.
Yeah, but you can't. I don't think it's suggested that you sit with your mates and do it and discuss each and every.
I could almost bet it's not
Yeah, but
recommended.
anyway, but the most disappointing part was that like I only got 70. I was like, when I got the result back, I was like, yeah, that's good. But like for someone who cheated this hard,
For someone who literally had all the answers, 30% of the answers you received were wrong by the looks.
The best is when you do like an online thing and you find like the Quizlet that's based on.
Oh, literally, yeah, we found on masterclass what else
Yeah.
was based on.
And then they're like, they get mad at you for plagiarising. It's
They
like,
have the easiest jobs. Most of the lecturers and tutors that I dealt with at uni.
Oh, they're fuckheads.
What a no, they're just like what a setup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially
it's just
in
like-
Because you'd often find like we had a weekly quiz or whatever it was, and you just Google marketing, like
That's what I mean.
literally the code, and people would be like, "Yeah, here it is. Here's literally every question you need to know."
yeah, no. And then in math, like sometimes it would be the same question in like
Different numbers.
they just changed the numbers.
Yeah, even waste. We used to get given a lot of waste sheets
Mm.
because
You do the past papers.
yeah,
And they're all the fucking same. You do it once and you're like, oh, that's
and we found a pattern emerging, which is great. That's a great part of maths is knowing and being able to recognize a pattern. We noticed that every 4 years it was the same thing. So we went, if we're doing our exam in 2014, 2010
They
is
would-
the one to study.
Jesus, that
and
was
that's
a long
basically,
time ago.
so yeah, shout
too
out.
busy
over a
every 4
decade.
years. They're too busy watching the Commonwealth Games to write.
No, it's just crazy.
Fucking hell.
But yeah, for those who are currently doing ATAR stuff, and we do have a lot of under 18 fans,
We've got liners.
listeners.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Just relax. Hey, like it's not all that strenuous. Me and Riley didn't do extraordinarily well. Joe did. Joe
It's
did
also like
super extraordinarily well.
if you don't stress, you won't do as well. But you have fun.
Yeah, my
And you
memories.
remember it a
Anything
lot more
about
fondly.
school.
I must say, my memories from year 12 aren't studying. Maybe because I didn't. But a lot of my memories are outdoor ed camps, hanging out with the boys, and going to parties, and I don't know, just a lot of
Must be very nice.
just chill stuff. And it was like, I don't know, the exams took care of themselves in the sense that they really separated the men from the boys.
Oh yeah. Jake actually said a very inspirational quote to me when I was choosing my ATAR.
Good.
classes.
Here we go. This would be good.
I remember going into his room and I was hell stressed because I had to pick between like, I can't remember. It was a big fuck around. I had to pick like outdoor ed or like RE, right? And like you had to do RE, but I didn't know if I wanted to do RE ATAR. I don't know. Some big thing like that where it was like, you have to do this boring theory subject or do a fun one.
Yep.
And like the fun one won't benefit as much as a grade, but like it'll just be more fun. And I remember like stressing about it and talking to you guys about it. And Joe was a bit on the fence of do the stuff that'll get you better.
Nerd.
And I talked to Jake, and Jake was like, I was stressing, and Jake was like, oh, like when you're like 90 years old and you're thinking back on the school days, are you gonna remember sitting in the class like studying? Or are you gonna remember going to the outdoor ed camp with the boys and going fishing and going camping? I was like, that's a good idea, Jake. 63 ATAR.
But how many memories did you make?
Mate, so many.
Well, it's funny that you say that because my ATAR religion class actually kind of. If I can slap it. Okay.
This
Probably-
bloke. Every week he further cements himself
Joe's an atheist.
as the biggest square.
Oh yeah, it's all made up. But it was a fun class. I had Ricky's been on the podcast.
Ricky.
Yeah.
Get up to
Wesley Black.
shenanigans. Yeah, it was good times. Yeah, and I know.
Nice.
Yeah, it does. It depends what you want to do, you know, because obviously
It does. That does play into it.
if you have
If you want to be a doctor, pay
maybe you
attention.
do study.
Yeah.
Don't do out to red.
Yeah.
But human bio. But yeah, it is funny because like you said, so like a lot of courses you need like a 70 to get in.
Yeah, that seems to be the line.
And I do find, and then then you've got the like, then there's some things where you need like a high 90s to get
Yeah.
in, and it's a bit like the it's a bit like the bronze medalist is always happier than someone who gets silver
Yep.
because you got someone scraped like not scraped through, but like someone's got a 72 or whatever. That's what they're aiming for.
That's what you need.
Just above 70.
And bronze, you're on the podium. You've done it. Like that's a success in
yeah,
itself.
you've hot. And then there'll be people who like like
Yourself.
oh I wanted to get like a 99 and I got a 98.
Yeah.
Now I'm fucking
Well, that's the thing. If you
so sad.
that's the Olympic little adverbiage that you mentioned there.
Yeah.
If you work for fucking 4 years of your life and you come second by 0.1 of a second, that shit stings.
Yeah, it does.
You don't necessarily love the silver medal. You're just disappointed you didn't get the gold.
Yeah, it's like not getting ducks for getting like the second one. A loser.
Alrighty, boys. What's going on?
Holidays.
Holidays. in your di-
Holiday-
We're recording this on a Saturday lunchtime. Why is that, Jake?
Yeah, we are because I'm taking flight.
He's
I'm doing
leaving
it.
the nest.
I'm doing a Dwight Howard and I'm taking flight. We are Taylor and I.
Big reference.
Thanks, man. We
A classic Dwighty. How he moves.
He's going Dwight Howard on us.
Do you even know who Dwight Howard is?
Yeah, he used to play for Orlando Magic.
Okay, there you go. So it's a good
Oh,
reference.
And he got
Joey.
dunked on by Kobe, and he talks about it like it's a traumatic experience.
He
How
does.
funny are those?
yeah, I know about sports.
How funny are those interviews where anyone like talks about NBA players talking about Kobe, and they're like, yeah, then he like just fucked my wife. It just to get in my head, and he was an absolute baller, and I loved the attitude.
Very good.
Yeah, we went off at halftime. He fucked my wife, came back and scored 40 on me. The Black Mamba. That's what all the stories are like. Yeah, he killed my mom. It was all to get in my head. It's the Mamba mentality. You read? Oh,
Yeah.
I won't say that.
Oh my goodness. It's a good point. Anyway, so yeah, I'm off to Sydney next
Yeah, it's
week.
like Dwight Howard.
Like much like Dwight himself. I'm off to Sydney. I'm very excited. I've never been to Sydney. I've never been outside of Sydney Airport.
But you're laid over.
I have laid in Sydney for a singular hour
Would you count that as being
in Sydney.
A Sydneyan.
Because I only been to the Singapore airport. That doesn't really count though.
I don't know. I'll let them know. I'll just let them know I'm back. I'll put up something up. I'm back. Guys, I'm
Dwight
LeBron James. I'm LeBron Jamesing it. I'm coming home.
Back home.
I'm back.
So you excited? The Opera House, the bridge.
The Opera House.
You're gonna
Yes.
do the bridge climb? He's wearing the Sydney bridge climb
Yes.
hat.
This part of the gag is that I always wear the Sydney Bridge Climb hat.
Yes.
I've got 3
Do
of them.
they sell them still?
Can I have one?
They do, and they've done a redesign, which is very exciting. I didn't know you could redesign the bridge, but they seem to have done it, and they've put the new design of the bridge on the hats.
Lovely.
So I will be
Getting a
repping
freshie.
next time in the studio. I'll be repping oh fuck it, yeah, I'll try and rep the new Sydney hat.
What a man.
I'm saying it like it's
Are you
such an
doing the climb?
achievement. It's wearing a hat. I am doing the climb. Taylor and I are doing the climb.
That's
The
sick.
climb is not cheap for
How
those. I think it was like $400 each to climb a bridge.
Holy shit.
And you should get a hat.
And then I think you have to pay for the hat afterwards as
Fucking
well. I think
pricks.
I wouldn't be surprised if the hat's an extra. Then you got to pay for photos once you're up there. Apparently,
Like, on,
no, you're not allowed to take your phone, which seems silly.
I guess in case you
Drop
drop
it.
it on like a car.
or maybe they just want everyone to experience it.
I think they just want to charge everyone for the photos afterwards. That's my thought.
That's smart, actually. We should do something like that.
Yeah, okay.
No
Step
phone.
one, build iconic bridge.
No phones at seasons next year.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
It is very exciting that I am heading off. I'm actually quite pumped about it. The reason we're going is I've made mention to him on many episodes of the podcast before, and if you're a friend of mine, Sam Fender.
Sammy boy.
He's also a good friend of mine. He's coming out to Australia, which is incredibly exciting.
Yes, but he's not coming to Perth.
He's not coming to Perth, which
Dickhead.
was which was a little bit deflating. So instead, me and Taylor were like, I've never been to Sydney. Well, I always go to Melbourne for the footy.
Yep.
Want to go to Sydney. So we planned to buy tickets and we went and bought pre-release tickets and we were sussed and sorted to go to Sam.
Sample.
And then we worked out that we were leaving on the Thursday night and we were going to be in Sydney on the Friday
Mm.
and we were going to go see Vance Joy at the Sydney Opera House. And I was like, yeah, that's really cool. But Vance is in Australia heaps and he comes to Perth heaps.
Yeah,
Sam does not. And Sam is actually performing in Melbourne
Down the road.
on Friday.
Down the road.
So instead of going to Sydney, we're going to Melbourne for a night to watch Sam play in Melbourne. And then a couple of days later, he's going to be playing in Sydney and we'll be there for that.
The double header.
The double header, Sam Fender header.
Very cool.
How are you going to get him to notice you? Are you going to follow him? Like, you're basically a
Here we
you're
go.
roadie.
Yeah.
You're going to sleep with
Maybe
him?
I should. Oh, you reckon get a sign? Go. Do you do you remember me?
I'll see you in Sydney.
17 going under you.
Oh goodness
Yeah.
gracious!
And where are you staying?
I have no idea.
I'll give you this hypersonic missile.
Great gags. Yeah, I'm actually not sure where I'm staying. Taylor's pretty good at all that sort of stuff.
Yes, but you're in hotels, Airbnbs?
I would imagine hotels. Hotels, yeah.
Oh,
I don't do
okay.
Airbnbs. Well, I don't think I have ever done an Airbnb.
Wait, you've never stayed in an Airbnb?
Not that I'm aware of.
Must be nice.
Must be
Must
very
be very
nice.
nice over there.
I know, I just do hotels.
Just 5 stars. Eh?
This place that we're going to, I don't know. Taylor's very good at organising and coordinating these things. I was chatting to Jordan from work
Jay.
about it. Because Jordan, another really cool thing. Firstly, I think I haven't addressed, I wear the Sydney Bridge climb quite, but I've never done the Sydney Bridge climb. I've never been to Sydney,
Yep.
which
Yep.
would make that possible.
Mhm.
And I'm very excited to do that. First point.
Yep.
Second point, when I started this new job that we talk about often,
Mhm.
bloke who I work with, who I again have mentioned quite a few times, we're chatting, we're getting to know each other. What sports do you like? What do you do on the weekend? All this sort of shit.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go after dinner this Saturday?
And he goes, who is your, what sort of music do you listen to? And Sam's not very well known,
No.
but he's definitely my favourite artist. And I went, you wouldn't know him.
All right, Victor.
No one really knows him in Australia.
Jake's
which
a
is
bit of an indie guy. No, you wouldn't get it, mate. Not mainstream.
and he just sort of said, oh, no, like he likes a lot of music.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, who? And I was like, oh, his name's Sam Fender. And Jordan's face dropped. He was like, oh, shit, dude, I love Sam. And
the hell?
that is, I reckon, the first time I've ever said that to anyone. And
And
they've
then you-
they've replicated exactly what
Holy shit.
I feel.
So you guys became best friends.
And incredibly, he's also going to the Melbourne gig as well.
Very cool.
So we're actually both off to
You're
there
linking up.
on Friday. We're going to have a few.
Over east.
Gone from Freo to Melbourne just for Sam Fender.
Fucking nice.
Lovely.
So that should be great fun.
That's sick. The only person I'd ever do that for is like, actually a few. Kanye, Rodrigo,
Yeah.
Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean.
But like all the big hitters.
Daft Punk.
How much are the tickets for this, Jake?
Sam's tickets are only like $90.
Oh,
So the actual
big
gigs,
cash.
fine. We're in the mosh. We'll be munging it.
Yeah, it's the gear that gets you.
No, it'll be absolutely sick. Taylor has coordinated a lot of all of it. I say a lot. I don't even know if I bought the fucking tickets to the gig.
You don't. No one's bought them.
Yeah, hopefully we bought them. No, we definitely have them.
You gonna get merch?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Should I bring something else? Sell something else?
Yeah.
How weird, just this side stand. But no, she's coordinated a lot of the stuff. She did send through 3 hotels. She's pretty smart. She just goes, all right, these are the 3 I want to go to. Pick one of these.
Mm-hmm.
And so
You just sort by price.
she usually just wants to go to the most expensive one. So it's just a safe chat if I just find the price. And basically do the opposite. You know how you go like least expensive to most expensive?
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to like Taylor's, she sort of does the opposite. She goes from most
And
to
so she
least.
sends you 3. Does she get like the one she wants to go to and then like find 2 more expensive ones and be like, now he's gonna think this one's a fucking bargain?
It's not a bad strategy. But I don't even know where we're staying. But the place, I did like it. It was what I chose, and then it was what she chose, which seemed pretty obvious when you look at the tags that are attached to the joints.
Yeah.
But no, it should be good fun. And she did also mention, and I know you boys are gonna have a field day with this. We're flying over,
Mm-hmm.
and then we go to Melbourne, then we go to Sydney the following morning, which is great. And then I'm planning on going to the cricket on the Saturday.
Yep.
Whole day of cricket at the SCG. Beautiful. And then when we fly back, we fly to Melbourne, I believe, and then from Melbourne all the way back to Perth.
Whoa.
Nice.
But we're actually
Wrapping
doing...
up those
Sick
freaking
itinerary,
flights.
dude.
But she's booked us in to fly first class.
Fuck. All right.
From
Alright,
from Melbourne
Getting Joe energies. I'm the only one left.
Holy shit.
The only one left over here.
from Melbourne to
Okay.
Perth, which I don't know
How
long-
much is that?
I have no idea.
That's fucked.
Holy shit.
It's only a 3-hour flight as well. Like, you can cop the fucking bad knee space. Like,
Oh,
get the
that's
first
it.
class
I
when
don't-
you go on a, like,
I
LA,
don't
like,
necessarily. I feel
First
very.
class. Isn't it like insanely expensive?
I have no idea. I've paid it though.
Fucking.
Jeez.
Gee,
Must be very nice.
So if anyone wants to sponsor the show,
That's very nice, Mr. Morgan.
Who are you flying with?
Taylor. No, I don't know.
Taylor's private jet.
I'm not sure. Probably Qantas.
First class,
Qantas
lucky
is
dog.
Qantas is an airline.
Must
We
be
were
nice.
going to talk about this week. We're going to talk my fancy restaurant was going to get a mention. That's been bumped. Maybe we could do an episode where I talk about that and you talk about
Being
first
rich.
class.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
could
got
do-
the rich boys over there.
Yeah,
Over that way.
Yeah, Riley, maybe you start,
lifting your game.
Getting some dosh.
Yeah.
So it'll be good. I feel very weird about it, I must say. She keeps bringing it up.
It's cool.
like,
You're better than everyone on the plane.
She keeps saying she's very excited.
Did she have like points and stuff?
I think so. She seemed to have culminated a great deal of points. I don't know who from, but she got them.
I don't really understand how points work.
Neither do I. I know I don't have any.
No.
So yeah, it'll be interesting. I wonder who I'll be. Do you sit next to people?
Not
I don't
really.
know.
Not close enough that you have to
Would even know who they are.
talk. Yeah, no.
Maybe I'll be
Let's
sitting next to
see.
Sam.
Oh.
That would be large. No,
I
no.
don't know if he'll be on $90 a ticket. Don't know if he'll be in first class, buddy.
But no, it should be good. She's actually looking forward a great deal to the flight home, which I think is quite
That's sad.
sad. Yeah. But no, it'll be
What
good.
time are you guys flying?
Again, with the details, I don't know. I just follow where she goes.
Because you'd hate to
basically.
like sleep that way.
Yeah, well, that's
You
what
get
she
food
said.
and stuff? It's
I
crazy.
have no idea.
As if you'd never mentioned this.
She's
before.
like, oh, you get to sleep on the way back. I was like, firstly, I can hardly sleep in my own bed. Like, I'm not a good sleeper.
Yeah.
But secondly, if we've paid as much as we've paid,
Yeah.
I don't
And then
want to
you just
fucking.
take a Xan and sleep the whole
I want to fucking experience. Want to experience it? I guess. I don't know. I feel very uncomfortable. I might auction my ticket off.
Can you wear a suit when you get on?
Yeah, you high fashion, bro.
I'd like, because that's the thing. I'll wear like fucking thongs, a hat, and t-shirt. I'll just look like a.
Yeah.
The great
You'll
unwashed.
be wearing your fucking Sam Fender merch and your Sydney Bridge home hat.
Yeah, looking like a real tourist.
Eh.
Good on you, Jake.
It'll be a vibe. Should I auction it off though? I did say to Jordan yesterday, I was like, mate, I don't know if I feel comfortable sitting at the front. I'd be much happier to just like swap out with someone.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Imagine doing a good deed like that, swapping out with some like
Yeah, but what you do is
little
you,
brat.
no, that's if you want to do that right. What you do is you go up to like a couple and you're like, hey, one of you want to sit in first class, and then you know that's going to cause arguments for months. Oh, every time. Oh, like they're going out. Oh, what? You got the first class seat. I get to do whatever I want.
You slept with that random guy giving this ticket in coach.
Oh goodness. It should be good fun. It should be good fun. Stay tuned. Alrighty, boys, we're back in the studio.
Yes,
be
here
here.
we are.
And more
we had a little puppy play, and now we're back.
And more importantly, we're back playing a game that hasn't been played for 80 weeks. It made its debut, and then I don't think it ever returned. Is that right?
I think it returned, and then we like had it in a leftovers. I think like
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe you're right.
we definitely played it a second
And
time,
we
but we may have
scrapped it, yeah.
cut it
Okay,
because
well,
it went that well. Holy shit!
welcome to Cost is Correct.
Hell yeah.
Now, we first debuted this game into episode 23.
Holy shit!
And
Simple time.
Yeah, I can't remember what we played. Can you? Was there a fucking...
It was just
theme?
stuff
Coles,
from
yeah,
Coles.
yeah.
And you were dressed up like the Monopoly Man.
That's right. The costume was arguably the most memorable part of the whole thing.
Of course.
For better or for worse.
Yeah, one of my friends at work, she was still listening to the show at that point. And she
Shout
was
out
like,
to her.
She was like, I really like that Price is Right. I mean, sorry, the
Whoa.
Cost is Correct game that you did.
Oh, I was going to say, that's not our show. We
It
did
was
Cost
like-
is Correct.
It was just so chaotic. Like you guys, you was just making it up as you went along. Like we were.
And we've done it for 113 weeks. So thank you so much for joining us here.
What topics do we have this week, Jake?
Well, this week, as we mentioned earlier, if you wouldn't mind just speaking to your microphone as well.
What topic do we have this week?
This week, as we mentioned previously, is nearly levers.
Levers time.
Oh,
Yep.
So it's basically time to build out your essentials pack for levers.
Yeah, it's the luggage. It's one of the most fun things that are.
Exactly.
Just
yeah.
vodka.
It's so
Where
much
you can
fun.
hide your vodka.
We haven't addressed any
Oh,
of the
yeah, you
big
gotta
the
hide
big
it.
ticket items. These are the essentials. These are the things that you need to survive.
Really?
Not to thrive, just to survive. All right.
To survive.
So it'll be you two versus one another, and of course, the king of costs is correct. Will be the host.
You did a voice last time.
I did a voice. I can't remember what the voice was.
It was similar to like
Got struck from the.
Gru, like Michael Scott.
Okay.
Steve Carell doing Gru.
When we do start, I'll do the voice.
Oh god.
How about that? I'll try and do the voice.
Yeah.
Do the rule.
Alright, what are the rules for
The-
those who didn't listen to episode 23? Go back, it was a great episode.
It was a fantastic episode. The rules are as follows. So I'm going to read out a item that you'll pick up from Woolworths.
Woolies, okay.
My preferred supplier of
Food.
stuff. You guys will guess
Yes.
the prices
Mm.
of the said good.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And
You can guess. Let's say, should we put the barometer on? It's just closest.
yeah.
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 Closest without going over.
Yes.
Closest without
No.
going over. Because
No,
if one
'cause-
person gets in, the other person will just say a cent more.
Yep.
And that's stupid. We're going to get you to write them down. That's what we're going to get you to do. We're going to get you to write them down.
Yeah, okay, good.
So that you
thinking.
can't do exactly that.
Alright.
Closest without going over? No, you can go over. Let's say you can go over.
Bet,
Yep.
bet.
All right. We good?
Yeah.
And since we played this, there's been massive inflation, so it should be very interesting.
There has been. Okay. It's time to play. Cost
Are we
is
still are we doing one at a time, though?
correct.
Let's go.
All right, boys, how are we? That's a different voice.
Going good.
Today we are playing The Cost is Correct. It's the Levers edition.
Oh yes.
And the first item we have is a 500ml bottle from Woolworths. It's Woolworths branded SPF 50 sunscreen.
Oh.
How much would a Woolworths 500ml?
That's a
50
bump.
That's one of the good ones.
Yeah.
That is.
That's like.
You can get 30. Does 30 do anything
500
anymore?
mil. Okay, is it? I got some more questions. Is it a spray one? Like sprays?
No,
out?
no, no, no. No.
And it's
a
not.
tub.
It's
Which
like a
one?
roll on.
It's a liquid.
Okay.
It's for squirty bottle one.
All right. So that'll be a bit cheaper.
Get your answers in. I'll give you a fucking couple seconds.
I've got my answer.
All right.
All right, Joe, go first.
$5.
Riley.
12.
Joe's
Inflation is hit.
How's
SPF
that?
50.
SPF 50. But it's
shit's
only
expensive.
500 mil. 500 mil is like half a litre. Look at the math.
Yeah, it is. It's not like it. It is.
All right, Joe wins that one. Woolworths 500 mil SPF 50 sunscreen is $6.50.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll get you boys to score yourselves because it's hard work doing what I do. The next pack is a Red Bull energy drink can pack of 8. Now these are 250ml cans. You get 8 of them in the pack. It's Red Bull. It's an energy drink. That's all the words I have listed.
I think it's going to be a lot because think about it. Vodka Red Bull.
Mm.
That's basically mostly Red Bull, and that's what $15. So
Okay.
8 of them.
Can you buy Red Bulls in anything other than these little cans? Although they don't do like a litre.
They do
version.
bigger cans, yeah.
You can't buy like it's not like a big Lipton thing where you can get like a litre and a half of.
They
Once
do
it's
do
open,
bigger
it's open.
Yeah, yeah.
And they don't do like a Coke setup where they get like a 2 litre.
Bottle.
bottle,
No.
yeah.
That's not a thing.
No.
Sorry, so it's 8 250 milliliter cans.
That's correct. Yep. How much
No
is
energy
that
drinks,
setting you
I
back?
think it's against the vibe they're going through. They want it to be somewhat aggressive.
And I think that's a serving recommendation. Like if you put
Oh.
2 litres of Red Bull,
Someone would have
yeah,
that.
people would drink that. That'd be brekkie for some fuckwit.
I have to say, it's actually hell nice.
Red Bull.
Red Bull.
I don't like it
I
at
only
all.
drink it with body.
All right, boys, what are your answers?
Riley, go first.
Yeah, Riley, go first.
$16.
Okay, that's a
said-
good swing.
I said $10.
After you bitched about how expensive it should be.
Yeah, but that's at the clubs.
It's $21 for an
Alright.
8-pack of 2, which seems excessive. Do some quick maths and work that out.
24 pack of Coke is like,
What?
gee, that's
Joey.
like
Alright.
So
21.
how much is that per thing? Just quickly.
Joey? 16 divided by. Oh.
21 divided by 8.
Whoa.
3-ish.
Yeah.
Bit under 3.
Yeah.
Cool.
275.
Good maths. All right, next. We have a bio pack of party paper cups. They're 500 mil, so they're actually a little bit bigger than your normally one.
500 mil.
And you get 20 of them. Okay, so I'll just read that out again because that was terrible.
Half a litre cup.
Half a litre cup.
You put a whole bottle of sunscreen in there.
That's disgusting.
That's kind of
20 of them. You get 20 500 mil large party pack paper cups, which
They
are
look
like
good though.
which are like the red cups you used to get, but they don't allow to
You're not
sell
allowed to
plastic
them.
anymore. So it's just the paper
I
variety.
don't have the classic pack.
Correct. Welcome to
Can't sell
20,
single
welcome to
use plastic.
2022.
That's so. I never even thought about that. So all the party cups, the classic party cup.
Yeah, you're looking at them.
Doesn't
Yeah,
We're
you
about
know-
to find out how much they cost
Exactly.
in the 20 pack.
20 pack. How much?
$4.
Riley.
$7.50.
$8. Riley
$8
takes the cake. Good on you, Riles.
That's expensive.
I'm a bit of a party guy.
$8 for 20 cups. Oh,
Now this one, I don't want to lead any of the witnesses, but you're both witnesses, so I'll lead you both.
What's this best up?
Best of 5. So we've got 2 more to go.
If I win
Riley's got the lead.
either of the next 2, I win.
Correct. Boys,
2 to 3, 2 to 1.
this one surprised me. Panadol Rapid for pain relief paracetamol. A 20 pack of Panadol. Rapid. Pain relief
I've never bought Panadol.
paracetamol.
It's a mum job.
Yeah, they just
definitely
sort of
not
appear in the cupboard.
which is also why I don't know, maybe that's why I was so surprised. But for a 20 pack of
Rapid.
Panadol Rapid, how much do we think?
I wonder why I'm surprised. Is he surprised because of how expensive it is? I've got a price. on that.
Joe, we'll get an answer from you for a 20 pack
This
of
is for the
Panadol
win.
Rapid.
For
Joe,
the win,
if you don't
keep
get
in mind.
this,
All
you're
right.
out.
I'm going
And you've genuinely lost touch with the common man.
$12.50.
Okay. Riley.
$32.
Wow.
Oh
What
my
the
god,
fuck?
I definitely won.
So what are you saying? They-
$32.
Each tablet. You've seen how small those tablets are. $1
Yeah,
each.
they work wonders.
They do.
They're rapid.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
How much
They're
do you say?
fast and
$12.50.
Yeah, you're close.
Just like me.
Well, you're not even. $5.75.
Oh, that is cheap.
That's so cheap. That's less than.
I thought you were. I think we both thought you
Scores
thought
a
they
level.
were way more expensive than.
That is correct.
Scores a level here at the G.
All right.
Next,
We haven't had
answer
anyone hit the
wins.
fucking nail on the head. I reckon moving forward when we play this game again, and we will in 90 weeks' time, if you do hit it exactly on the head, you get double points.
You get. No, you get. Jake has to buy you the item.
Okay, so this is the tiebreaker. Very exciting. It's Aerogard. It's super important to have Aerogard almost at all times, especially in Australia. But when you're at Levers, it's even more so. Aerogard, tropical strength aerosol insect repellent, 150 grams. So it comes in a can. It's one of the ones that you spray on. It's just like the standard one you'd see. Don't think about it too much.
bottle.
How much? 150.
That's the game. Oh. 150 grams.
Yeah, but it is an an air, so it's hard to judge how big that is.
Yeah, exactly. It's like basically just the weight of the can, is it not?
Yeah.
That's the gases weigh.
Yes.
But how?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Like
you know
so
how
small. Like if
okay.
you pick up like a Rexona can, like
Oh,
they're
no, you
light.
can't- No, because it's like
You can
it's
tell
like
there's
thick.
shit in there, but
yeah, okay, so gases do weigh. You know when you put a helium balloon, right? They go up because the gas in
We
the
up.
atmosphere weighs less than the gas in the balloon.
I understand that. So you're saying helium balloons are negative, so they actually
Yes, they
come.
are.
So they come in at less. So you'd never weigh a helium balloon.
You
Can't.
couldn't. You need to
Because
have
it
to put
goes
the
up.
ceiling.
So it's sub 10 grams.
It's that light
Yeah,
that gravity
negative.
doesn't work.
So imagine having, you know how like when you go to a shop
Oh,
and they're like,
shit.
oh, per 100 grams, this costs this. Imagine trying to put that on a helium balloon.
It's
Because per 100 grams, it would cost
You'd have to put it in something.
negative 100 grams.
that's crazy.
They'd have to do it by
You'd have
negative.
to put it, yeah.
There you go.
If it weighed the
Jeez,
perfect
this is-
amount,
You're here to
the
learn.
helium balloon would just sit there.
Yeah,
But
sometimes
it's that light that it legit goes straight up.
But then how come the helium balloon stops after a few days?
the helium seeps out.
Oh,
Into the
a
atmosphere.
bit like the talent on this podcast. All right, boys, this is it. The Aerogard Tropical Strength Aerosol Insect Repellent, 150 grams.
I'm gonna go on my gut. on
This
one.
is for the win.
unlike my other educated guesses.
All
Couldn't
right.
tell you who won last time, but this
Since-
is for the fucking basically with the 2022 championship. Yeah,
I've got 750.
huge.
I also have 7.
Really?
Do you actually?
Literally, I've written it down.
That's
All right.
so
Okay. How
cute.
about one of us?
No, I've got one more. That's a great. That we're going one more tie break.
Oh shit! You guys are so lucky.
much
you
is
get
it?
An extra.
It's $12.
Oh, because what I was gonna say is
I
we
was
could do
close.
over under one of us.
That would have been way more fun. We should have done that.
It was definitely going to be over.
Lastly,
he says now knowing the price after guessing $7.50.
We're going into an overtime.
lastly, okay, this is good. This is a bit of a cute one. I wouldn't say this is an essential. This is
freaking-
flying outside the flags. As if the music stopped again. I thought we were going to get that done. The last one. It's the Fisher Price goggles. Fisher Price goggles.
What are they?
Fisher Price.
Fisher Price is a brand. They're
Not
like
a-
swimming goggles that you could wear down at the beach.
Like Zogs.
Yes, basically, but they're
they're
Fisher
not
Price. We're not sponsored by Zogs.
But we
How
would be.
much? How much are Fisher Price swim goggles?
Four.
I've got what
They're
they,
like
I've
kids
got what they
ones?
retail. They are. I've got what they retail for, and then I've got how much they are at the moment. I want the retail price.
$15.
He's in early. Riley's
It's gone $4.50.
for goggles.
Zogs? It's legit fucking... Do you know how shit goggles are?
Shout
When
out
was the last time you wore goggles and they worked efficiently?
at Levers.
Goggles and levers.
I didn't. You fuck.
What the fuck are those goggles and levers?
What
What about
they
floaties?
What do they?
All right, how much are they?
Now this is interesting. You've said what? 15,
15.
and you've said
$4.50.
wow.
Who's it?
Riley knows a bargain, but it's the retail price. The retail price is $20, meaning Joe's the
Cunt.
winner.
Me.
Pardon? And they're currently on special
That's
For
special.
$4.50.
for $10. So that means Riley would have been closest if it was the special price, wouldn't
No,
it?
he wouldn't have. He said $4.50.
So if it was special, it would be $5.50 away, and you'd be $5.50 away.
I said 15.
Oh, you lost. You lost on both parameters.
Sugar.
Boys, thank you so much for coming to play Costa's Correct.
It's always fun.
Until we do this in 2023, or maybe 2024 if it's an
Yes.
80-week hiatus. We'll see you back then. Alrighty, boys, it's rare that we do this, but we actually have some breaking news here
Breaking
on the
news.
MacPack podcast.
Just broke.
We don't really have time to get into it, so I'm just going to read out the article verbatim, all right?
It's almost like a PSA.
And I'd love for you guys just chime in whenever you feel comfortable.
Comfortable. Okay.
Alright,
Probably
quote
the-
the source.
Probably the word. Oh, the source is news.com.au, which I don't,
News.com. You got to
Breaking
trust
news in Australia on a Saturday fucking lunchtime.
it's absolutely
What is
incredible. Here
going
we
on?
go. I just really feel like it's a great PSA to put out.
Yeah, it's important that the people know.
Incredibly so. Queenslanders have opened up about a trend our teenage...
Oh, no.
Jesus.
Oh god. Is it TikTok? Is it vaping?
Queenslanders opened up about a trend of teenage orgies
Oh.
after a Brisbane mother and daughter stumbled upon one in a local shopping centre. The scene-
Oh,
yeah.
The scene has been set. Perverted. Queenslanders opened up about the trend.
Can't just call the entire. The perverts of Queensland want to talk about kid sex.
Upon an unsuspecting mother, after an unsuspecting mother stumbled upon an orgy in a shopping centre parents' room earlier this week. Brisbane mother,
A parents' room, which is like...
the
Where the
babies,
get changed.
Yeah, right.
perfect
Bigger
place
toilet.
for an org. Brisbane mother, Ashton, we'll just leave it at that, and her 2-year-old daughter walked in on 4 teens having some group sex in a parents' room at Westfield North Lakes on Sunday.
And like,
But news broke, and while Queensland police investigated, others have shared their experiences. Here we go.
and to say that, like, so if you walked in on 14s, like making out. They're
Yeah, you're
making out.
joining in. Oh, no. Well,
Yeah.
sorry.
They're making out, but like if you say having groups, like shit is happening that you can't unsee.
Yeah, were
It
they...
does.
Like you have to
Yeah.
look at it and be like, that is not love. That's making love.
One Brisbane teenager told the Courier Mail. So we've got another source involved.
Oh fuck.
The
Jeremy, come look at this.
the debauchery has been happening.
Debauchery.
Debauchery has been happening for years.
What is debauchery?
This has been happening.
Like sinful.
Oh, okay.
This has been happening since I was in year 10 at most shopping centres. Said the 19-year-old. It is
What the fuck?
It's especially popular during late night shopping. I think it's something to do with the rise of OnlyFans.
What?
I'm not sure. Another local also made the OnlyFans link. Just some OnlyFans contact to pay for their vapes. Nothing new. It's nothing new.
Wait, so they're filming it?
I don't know.
So selling pornography for vapes.
The Courier Mail reported
Went down bad.
others had started. Oh my God! The Courier Mail reported others had startling walk-ins of their own. I responded by saying, "This is a baby change room, not a baby making room." One person
I
said.
bet they
There's
didn't
no
say.
way.
Hey,
You
that's
don't think of that on the
that's
spot,
the
cunt.
car on the way home.
They were about 14. The boy looked at me and said,
14.
"You're
That's
just
like
jealous."
There's no way that that.
No way.
I was gobsmacked. Another claim to him.
He's fist deep.
You're just
You're
jealous.
jealous.
Barbara.
Of this hog. I'm 14. And you're jealous of me. Because I'm having sex in the public bathroom and you've got a kid.
Another claimed to have walked in on an identical scene at another Brisbane West.
I thought you were going to say I'm an identical twin. It's getting more perverse as it goes on.
While others claim to have witnessed the display with drug use to boot. Wow.
What are they doing?
Once my partner and mother. Well, okay. Just show this
I
could
think
be
I've
it.
seen that one.
Once my partner and mother walked into the parents' room to change my son's nappy, and there were junkies in one of the cubicles smoking meth. Parents flocked online to condemn the incident, brainstorming what could be done to curb the behaviour. A parents' room isn't for teens to be doing things. That should be left for home business, one mother said. They should have security guards on to deal with them. Had to drag my babies to the ladies' room instead. I reported, fuck, some of the writing in these news articles, these are journalists here. Had to drag my babies to the ladies' room instead. I reported, but I doubt security did anything, said another. Queensland Police and Westfield authorities have since confirmed they are investigating the incident, with a woman on Thursday detailing the moment she stumbled across a group of teenagers engaging in some weird orgy in a parent's room. I walked in what I can only describe as some weird orgy, she said. 4 teenagers having sex on the bench near the microwave.
It's a microwave.
What the hell?
And then moved into one of the breastfeeding cubicles. How long was she in there while
Wait,
to witness?
Wait, what the fuck? Wait, there were cubicles.
There must be. I don't know. I haven't been in
How many
one.
people
I haven't
can
had an orgy in one of these in ages, so I'm not really
Yeah.
familiar with that. I didn't feel comfortable saying anything to them as they were.
Shut the door and sort of walked up. So I changed my baby while it was going on.
That's the thing.
Can you pass the wet one?
Because it sounds like she's been in there for a while. Just the 4 teenagers having sex on the bench. On the bench is an interesting place to... Near the microwave and then move into one of the breastfeeding cubicles. That, to me, dictates that she might have been in there for a few minutes.
Yeah, because they're moving. They're microwaving. Yeah.
I didn't feel comfortable saying anything to them as there was 4 of them and only me and my daughter. I threw my daughter, half-dressed... Hang on.
Threw her at her.
I threw my daughter half-dressed on the contents of the change bag, and the contents of our change bag, into our trolley and left. I honestly will never be using the parents' room without somebody else with me. Well, that's what seems to be the consensus.
The child.
She said the shopping centre staff did little more than giggle when she attempted to report the incident, so they're probably as mature as we are, through Westfield North Lakes, though Westfield North Lakes claimed otherwise. Our team responded appropriately to the report of the incident at Westfield North Lakes and followed it through with our risk and security team and the customer, a spokesperson said. At this stage, we have not been contacted by Queensland Police. In relation to the matter, we will provide full support regarding any of their inquiries. Could you imagine being on the panel chatting about that? What a setup.
If I could be similar
There'd
to
be
this chat.
there'd be some genuine haymakers getting thrown, wouldn't there?
Genuine
As
jabs.
Mick said, a few slammers.
Yeah.
Quite literally. Anyway, so that brings us to us, the people of Perth. When was the last time you had an orgy in a disability setup? Alrighty, boys, that just about brings us to the end of another episode of the MacPack podcast. But before we finish up, we like to do the favourite segment that we do each and every week. It's our everyday hero.
Now, Jake, I do need to bring up something.
Okay, I was going to throw to Riley.
We did not do this segment last week,
Oh.
and thus cannot be stated.
No, don't do
It
that.
is done
to me.
each and every week. Each and every week, except for the
Oh.
WA
Comedy
Comedy
Weeks.
Week.
Do you know why we didn't award it then, Joe?
Because we had 7 heroes join us.
We didn't have to say who the hero was, mate.
It was
Oh.
notable. It was me.
The heroes were there.
It was me.
The heroes were among us. Anyway,
Yeah, they were among us.
red sauce. All right.
This week, Junior Boy, it's Hey Can I?
Yes. So obviously, boys, this one stems from some uni assignment that I've done.
Yep.
I
You say some, but
I enrolled in photo documentary, taking stills and then writing stories.
Very
about them.
cool.
fuck, it sounds grilling.
And one of my
We're
first
trying to find
assignments-
one of those teen orgies to catch up.
One of my first assignments was taking to the streets of. Oh, this was my choice. I chose to take to the streets of Freo.
Yep.
And have a chat with, get a story about, and snap some photos of some people who happen to be homeless.
Okay.
Yeah,
down
right.
in the streets of Fremantle. And it was a daunting task to do. I did it on. It was due on the Monday. I did it on the Sunday though.
That is daunting.
And it was because it was also the sun was setting, so it was a bit of a daunting task. I got Big Ed to come along with me,
Yep. Shout out to Big Ed.
and I chatted to I think 7 different people who happened to be homeless, and it was like really interesting to get an insight into like who these people are.
Yep.
And then also about like the culture behind,
The
like the community
Yeah.
behind some of the
For the people
the
experiencing.
relationships as well, because it's like obviously I'm talking to this person, and this person probably knows the guy who's living on the next street over. You know,
Yeah.
like, obviously they've become mates. And I met these 2 gentlemen, Clarky and Gary.
Shout out to Clarky and Gary.
Clarky and Gary were on the main strip of Fremantle, sitting on Gary was sitting on a bench with a big electric guitar in hand
Sick.
and a big amp, with his like shopping cart, and then there was a wheelchair sitting.
Is he busking or is he just?
I think it's just, I don't know. Oh wait, no, he was building his own amp, like he was
okay, that's
engineering
cool.
it himself.
Whilst holding a guitar, that is quite the feat.
I think he was testing it out anyway. And then, so he was sat there, amp was there, his bag and stuff was there, and there was a wheelchair sitting like right in front of him too. And then I walked up to him and I was like, "Yeah, man, how you going?" I was like, "What's the wheelchair for?" And he pointed down to the ground. Like, we talked, and I was like, "Who's the wheelchair for?" And he pointed down to the ground, and there laid Gary. Gary was sleeping in a sleeping bag.
Oh right, there you go.
Down on the ground. And I got a story from them, and I wanted to read it. I wrote this in to my teacher.
Yep.
About this is one of my things, and I wanted to read it on the show. because
Beautiful.
I've met some heroes down in Freo. So Gary is the guy sitting on the bench with the guitar.
Yep.
And
Clarky's
Clarky
in the sleeping bag.
is the sleeping bag wheelchair gentleman.
Okay.
Clarky was an elite boxer. He still is, in fact. Apparently, he knocked out one of the biggest blokes I've seen recently, according to his mate Gary. Clarky used to be an Olympic boxing coach back in the 70s and 80s, coaching the best of the best in Australia. This went south as he got older and began to wither. He started living on the streets of Freo, although Clarky's family is apparently quite well off, according to Gary. But Clarky is too used to his new home and doesn't want to leave his mates behind. The photo I snapped encapsulates Gary sitting on a bench while Clarky sleeps in a sleeping bag in the middle of the footpath. Clarky lost his leg a few months ago, hence the wheelchair.
Jesus.
Gary told me he's taken care of him since he lost his leg. He explained Clarky is a staple of Freo and that these streets are Clarky's home. Everybody loves Clarky. And I wondered what the...
This week's everyday hero.
Yeah.
To
His mate, Gary. Gary's
his mate Gary for looking after him. Do we know how he lost his leg?
I didn't ask. But yeah, I asked Gary, I was like, "Oh, so why are you sticking around here?" He was like, "I'm looking after my mate."
That's very
That's really
nice.
nice.
What a setup. Very cool. It just goes to show that everyone has a bit of a story, and that even though we do see a lot of people who are, I don't know, just getting through life. As you walk through the streets of Freo, I used to do that a fair bit going to work. You see some genuine characters. We used to talk about a few of the genuine characters that we'd see in the city and whatnot.
Yep.
Everyone's got a story, and everyone is there for a reason. But I think as humans, we all have a level of humanity that we need to look after one another. And I think that's been exceptionally well described there, Riley, by the little duo that we have in, I forget his name again, Clarky and Gary.
No, yeah.
Gary.
Clarky and Gary, yeah.
There you go. A few absolute legends. That's a really nice hero.
Yeah, I like that a lot,
That
right?
was fantastic. I do find that the less you have, the closer your connections seem to be as well.
Because the things that are not necessarily material, you realize
Yeah.
how valuable they are.
Yeah, when you don't necessarily have much, you hold on to what you do have
Yeah.
extraordinarily tightly. And a lot of the times, tangible objects aren't necessarily that. It's the friendships that you build and the connections that you have with these people.
100%.
And I think that's exactly what's going on there. So that's why this week's Everyday Hero is going to a couple of absolute legends living in Freo. Alright, boys, that brings us to the end of another episode of the MacPack podcast. We really saw all the sights this week. Let's just do a quick little wrap. We very rarely do a quick wrap. We've talked about levers and ATAR,
The new dog.
the new dog, me going to Sydney. We played Costy's Correct. And
Iconic moment.
And then I arguably think the biggest flip-flop we've ever done was a teen orgy story into looking out for the homeless people of Fremantle. You never know what you're going to get. And that can be said quite honestly because I don't either. I'm pretty not sure as we're going as well. What you can expect from us
I guess that's the beauty of the MacPack.
is a we've got to find something to hang our hats on. We've got a fucking massive finish to the year. I'm actually a little bit overwhelmed thinking about the rest of the year. It'll be incredibly fun and incredibly exciting and probably incredibly stressful. But we're going to forge on.
Couple more live podcasts to come.
Heaps more live podcasts to come. We're actually... Okay, let's just quickly run everyone through if you have listened to this point. If you made it through the Orgy stuff, you fucking deserve to hear this. Next week, we've got Sam Kennelly joining us. This is obviously a pre-recorded episode. Oh, this one's coming out, and then we're pre-recording Sam's episode a few days before, and then we're going to share that with you. That's going to be an absolute rip snorter.
He plays for the Perth Heat.
Plays for the Perth Heat. That almost goes without saying.
Baseball goat.
He's an absolute king. The following week, there's talk of potentially doing an episode with Jared Majda from Body Match.
Holy shit.
And I think we're going to be... I haven't really worked it out, but I think we'll go to his and record an episode there.
Yep.
And then ideally, we'll share that on our platforms as a bit of a
Well,
mutual podcast. That's what I'm thinking.
Sounds good.
So that'll probably be the play there. Following that, we're going to be at the Rhythm Club.
Yep.
The day... What's it
Rhythm
called?
Day
Fucking
Club?
The Rhythm Day Club, my bad. At the court.
Hotel.
That's on the 17th of December.
Yep, we'll be there recording a live episode.
It's from 2 p.m. through till 10 p.m. We'll be there doing a live episode, as Joe just mentioned.
So if you want to come down, check it out.
If you want to grab tickets, we urge you to do so. They are selling pretty quick. But when you do go there, put in MacPack as the code word and you'll get 25% off. And we also get a little bit of a kickback. So,
Nice.
so
Please do it.
make sure that you do that.
Jake
Because
needs to play for those first class seats.
so please make sure that you do that. And in some rather surprising and incredibly fun news, we've also been invited back to Seasons for New Year's Eve. After the success of what we had the other week for their summer
Season
opener.
opener,
Fuck
yeah.
yes.
So we're going back there to Langley Park on the 31st. Tickets are actually pithing out the door for that one. Dizzy Rascal's going to be in attendance. Who knows? Dizzy might be on the pod.
Holy shit.
Who knows? Bigger things have happened? Probably not, actually. I don't think bigger things would have happened than
They're
Dizzy.
probably those orgies.
So we'll see how we go there. But if you haven't already got a ticket, make sure you do get one. But you can basically see us live at a few of these events. So if you do want to come say good day, we'd absolutely appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
We've got Black Friday sales. We've actually got a handful of... We mentioned last week we've got a little bit of merch left over. So we're going to be pumping that out at a discounted rate.
Those first class tickets were pricey.
So stay tuned for that. And then we're also getting some merchandise. Some brand new stuff. We're working with some absolute legend graphic designers. Some we've mentioned on the podcast before. Some we haven't. But once all the stuff comes through, we'll be sure to give them a proper plug because some of their work... Some of the stuff we've already seen
Fantastic.
is genuinely exceptional.
Jaw-dropping.
So we're very excited to release a lot of that stuff. And we're hoping to do a season-specific release as well for New Year's Eve. It's fucking all happening. I'm also working full-time, so just keep that in mind. Have we got anything else to promote? I'm sure there is.
Nah.
Okay, well...
That's all.
Oh, one other thing. There will be an orgy at Garden City in 2 weeks' time. No, we'll just leave that there. Boys, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Always is.
Until we do this time next week. Stay safe, stay blessed, the noise will return.
Go give your mama a hug.
It's Chuff now by Knocker.